From the land down under, with the rock at its centre, comes the little Aussie watchman. Terror attacks continue to increase in Europe. Normalisation of terror, rape and violence is now the status quo. In Australia, we have largely avoided this increasing wave of Islamic terror, due partly to our location far away from the source of this black evil that continues to envelop the earth and shroud it. It has been said that those who reject the Christian cross will die by the Islamic sword. This has only been partially true within current-day Europe. I am not so sure that it can be generalised. I would add to that those who legalise sin will reap its reward. Isaiah 54:14 links unrighteousness with terror. It says, "In righteousness you shall be established. You shall be far from oppression, for you shall not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near you." While it is understood spiritual righteousness can only come by Christ, righteous people live by the law of God. This law has been enshrined in Australia's law as inherited from the British common law. As with all Western countries, we are whittling it away bit by bit and therefore legalising that which is contrary to God's law. All Australian colonies adopted the British Offences Against the Person Act in 1861, which made abortion illegal under any circumstances. The degradation of this law started in 1969 with the beginning of the whittling away of Australian abortion laws, which banned abortion completely. Abortion laws are managed by the states in Australia. Most of the states have made abortion legal up to 14 to 23 weeks, and then afterwards are restricted, but are still quite freely available. This has allowed abortion rates to increase to about 17 per 1,000 women of childbearing age, which is roughly equivalent to the USA. Europe has a wide range of rates, ranging from 8 in 1,000 in Germany to 25 in 1,000 in Sweden. Virtually all of Western Europe have now legalised gay marriage. Legalising sin is now the norm in these countries. Given that they now have legalised murder of the unborn and have turned away from what has been mandated by God as to what is natural and what is unnatural in the area of marriage, they have lost many of the protections afforded by God. It has led their leaders to go into a type of trance where they are unable to identify and solve the problem of Islamic terror, rape and violence. It is like they are stuck in a whirling mist without any understanding about what is happening to them. They are defenceless against the evil one because they have so long left their first love and have cemented their opposition to God's law in their justice system. While hope is never completely lost, it seems like Europe will soon be overrun by Islam in the form of reproduction from Muslims already in Europe. It seems inevitable that the once proud Europe will be lost in just 2 to 3 generations. Europe has more violence in its future as fundamental Islam continues to rear its intolerant, ugly head in that part of the world. What is Australia's protection from Islamic terror? It is simple. Isaiah tells us it is righteousness. So far, we still seem to have protection for the majority of Islamic terror attacks in Australia. 11 attacks have been foiled, while 4 have not been foiled between the years of 2014 and 2016. That protection is likely to deteriorate if we continue with enshrining sin in our laws. It is my belief that the legalisation of gay marriage in our beautiful country will turn it into a stench in the Lord's nostrils, that he will have to turn away and allow the plans of the evil one to succeed. It is time to pray against legalisation of gay marriage for not only the protection of ourselves, but also for the protection of all Australians. Remember Isaiah 54, terror follows unrighteousness.